Yeah, Michael Big Man Ting Appleton.
Yeah, possibly. You know, we spoke about many times about being a team for all seasons and finding different ways to win games.
Yeah.
Nothing really in it the first half. From the territory point of view, you know, they had a little bit more territory because they do go to back to front pretty quickly, and sometimes you can get pinned in, and it's difficult to get out at times. I thought we had the one big chance in the first half with Joe Walsh that, you know, probably should have taken. But in the second half, I was delighted with the way we went about it. You know, we created some really good opportunities before we scored. You felt it might have been one of those days. Keeper made a couple of good blocks. Keeper made a couple of good blocks.
Yeah, making a Batman Ting blocks.
Yeah, that first half, it was almost like a basketball game, wasn't it? Real pace to it.
Yeah, I think we expected that, and you know, I think we did look a little bit like a side in the first maybe 20 minutes who hadn't played for 10 days or so. And what we did well was we did the basics well in that early period. We didn't do anything but the basics well. Like, you know, the time and time again we give the ball away. Good players giving the ball away, which is unlike us. But once we got through that period, like I say, in the second half, there's some really good movement and some good bits of play.
You make a substitution and he goes and scores for his first goal for the club.
Yeah, I just felt we needed a little bit more running beyond. You know, I think a lot of the stuff at times was in front of them. Once we switch the play, it's really important to utilise, obviously, the space that creates from switching the play. And one thing really Connor's really good is he's got the legs and he's got athleticism. So yeah, it gives us more impetus, I suppose, to try and get beyond the back four of Northampton.
Good vision from Tom for the second. Look up and see the ball split well.
Yeah, it was, and do you know what? You know, Anthony had to really concentrate on that because it was a much more difficult finish than what you think. The pitch is a little bit lively at the minute, and it was fizzing across, so he showed really good concentration. What he did was he backed himself, Skulls. You know, he wasn't hesitant, he just went boom, you know, he put his foot through it, and it was a good finish.
That's on your team though, very fair football.
Yeah, a little bit, and you know, we've got different challenges ahead of us, obviously. You know, we've got a tough game on Tuesday, probably even tougher than it was probably going to be after the result they've had today. You know, they're going to really want to sort of put that right. I think that's a good thing, if I'm being honest, though, because the players should be aware that they shouldn't really need me, you know, saying that there's no doubt about it. Portsmouth are going to come out the block on Tuesday. But, yeah, I mean, two really good games to look forward to against sides that are right up there.
It was harsh in the mouth a bit with, I think it was Liam's challenge in the box. He said, second half, we were 50-50 whether it was a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a penalty, and but you know, it's one of them where obviously these days, you know, the way referees are, you wouldn't be surprised if it was. But I thought he does that challenge quite well. You guys have probably seen it for up there. He times his challenges quite well. He did one in the previous game against Accrington, I think it was, where the ball's gone in as well and gone beyond. So he's an experienced player. The one thing I would say is that the bench were appealing like mad, but none of the players appealed, which probably gives you a little bit of an indication of probably it was a fair crack.
As a former player, I mean, obviously you wanted to keep that clean sheet, but it was a bit of a worldie there, wasn't it?
Listen, I said that to the players. I said, you know, you can be disappointed wanting to keep clean sheets, but you know, goals like that, they only come around every now and again. It was a wonderful goal, you know. And even the Sam Hoskins one, you could say they could turn around and go, we could have got a draw out of it, but the reality is like, you know, the amount of opportunities we created in the second half, it would have been a bit harsh, I think, only to take a point. But having said that, you know, when people take opportunities and take the strikes like you know, Rose did for the goal, and obviously Hoskins, then sometimes you got to hold your hands up.
I think we discussed at lunch on, they look much improved, and actually they could be a dangerous team for, you've played them now home and away, other teams could lose a few points to them.
Yeah, well, obviously they're fighting for their lives. They want to stay in the division, don't they? And obviously Keith did an incredible job for Northampton last year, getting them promoted. We all see them in the playoffs because everybody couldn't go out or couldn't do anything, so we all went to watch football. And, you know, just recently, I said to you before the game, didn't I? You know, they beat Gillingham and it was fairly comfortable, and obviously drawing with Sunderland's no mean feat. You know, we couldn't do it, could we? So, you know, yeah, it's game after game after game. There's no easy ones. They're just different challenges.
And what a challenge now on Tuesday night. I mean, it's such
we're coming for the mighty Pompey.
a huge following, but a really big game, and perhaps a bit more pressure on them than you at the moment after today.
Yeah, possibly. But, you know, Kenny very, very experienced man. Won many promotions with different teams. You know, I've managed that football club, so I know the expectations on it from a fan point of view, and regardless whether they're in the stadium or not, you know, you do feel that. Listen, this sets it up quite nice for us. You know, we know that it was a very young side that played them early on in the season here. You know, a very different side to hopefully what they're going to face on Tuesday, and we're just hoping for a different result.
And I assume I know we mentioned it at lunchtime, but no.
Yeah.
In the transfer market, you're not expecting till later in the.